What up, Raff Leaders? Welcome back to my channel. We are at the industrial site here in Meadowbank. So that's the East Bank Public Road. That's looking south towards the Demerara Harbour Bridge, towards Tamari. So that's East Bank Public Road. And this is the turn at Banks DIH. So here you have the sign showing you Banks DIH beer, and this is the factory, the bottling plant, Banks DIH bottling plant at Thirst Park. Behind these signs is the National Hardware. National Hardware is the equivalent of Rona in Canada and Home Depot in the US and so on. So that's National Hardware. And beyond these buildings are a number of manufacturing companies. Kissoon's Furniture Store is behind there, and Continental and so on. So the reason why we're in this neck of the woods at Meadowbank on a Tuesday morning in January, Tuesday the 21st of January, is not to watch traffic. In fact, this is the beginning of rush hour. It's about, what, 6:30, almost 7 on a Tuesday morning. But we're here because this is where the Fisherman's Wharf is located. Fisherman's Wharf is located here at Meadowbank, and I heard the government is rebuilding the Fisherman's Wharf. I thought I'd come and take a look at it. Fisherman's Wharf, we visited the Fisherman's Wharf before. We've looked at the morning catch. People come out here 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to be the first to pick up the morning catch from the boats coming in off of the Atlantic Ocean. It's deep sea fishing, so they bring in trout and snapper. Those are the main catches in deep sea fishing here in Guyana, trout and snapper. But you can also get things like butterfish and bangameri and so on. And some of the unscaled versions of fish. This is Meadowbank. This is the residential section, which is opposite to the industrial section. Right, so over here you have Thirst Park. Thirst Park is where Banks has their bottling plant. This is where Banks beer and some of the local bottled beverages are manufactured. I think they have the contract to manufacture Coca-Cola. Banks does. And DDL has the contract to manufacture Pepsi in Guyana. You can see behind those glass walls are your beer, your vats for beer. And these are probably the fractionating towers for alcohol. Beyond in the distance, that's the new Banks DIH showroom and their parking garage. We're going to take a look at that on the way out. I think it's now fully operational, and they're now doing car sales from that area. But straight ahead here is the Fisherman's Wharf. Oh, you might be able to see the Powership as well, because as you can see in the distance, There are the power lines. Right, these power lines, heavy duty power lines, have been installed. Those heavy duty power lines are now connected to the Powership, and they bring power in from the ship to the city center. So I wanted to see what happened since the last time I was here. The government has been talking about renovating the Fisherman's Wharf, and since then there's also a Powership out there, so that's kind of new. Let's take a look at what has happened. Morning. What has happened since the last time we were in this neck of the woods? Now it's almost 7 in the morning, so a lot of the people who shop for fish here come very early in the morning before sunrise, and so this is probably what is left after the first catch is sold off. All right, so this is actually new. This government has actually built some. They've built some. What is this? Stalls for selling fish. So this is new. This is the last time we were here, and they've cleaned up the background. They've actually put the stalls on both sides. All right, so there's stalls on both sides. Morning. Salis. What's the price of the snapper? 6? How much? Okay. So 600 a pound for the snapper this morning, which is actually quite good. Shrimp is always a lot more expensive. That's prawns. Prawns are a lot more expensive usually. But yeah, what we're interested in finding out is what has happened since the last time we were here. This is usually a hive of activity in the mornings, every morning, because this is where the fishermen come in with their catch first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, meaning 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. What's that? Not today, next time. I'm going to come by today. So this is new. This shed is new. The last time I came here, there was no shed for these stalls. So the government has definitely built some new market accommodations here for the people who sell fish. And as you can see, morning, the trout and yeah, not now. So yeah. So this is the Powership, and this is the Fisherman's Wharf. Right, this is the Fisherman's Wharf. So the reason why we're here is to see the changes, but also to see this Powership. So the government has been talking about rebuilding this Fisherman's Wharf, and for a long time it has been in disrepair, and it seems to be under construction. I don't know what it will look like when it's finished, but that's the Powership, and the connection to the Demerara power lines is via these huge power cables, which are attached to those huge tall poles, aluminum poles. Now this is the second of the Powerships in Guyana. It's a mobile power plant, so to speak. It's actually held in place by anchors and a barge. This is the Fisherman's Wharf. Now they've actually done a little bit of work to. Morning. They've done a little
Distance, 2 miles. Duration, 34 minutes, 12 seconds. Pace, 22 minutes, 13 seconds per mile.
So they've done a lot of work apparently to refurbish the wharf itself. So you can see the wharf has been refurbished since the last time I was here. This is the morning cache of shark. So shark coming in off of the boat. So yes, that's shark.
Yeah.
And this is all of the vessels that line up after the morning cache. These guys go out before midnight and they come back in before sunrise. So these are all the power ships here. These are all the fishermen's vessels here at Fisherman's Wharf. That's looking back at the fish. This used to be a fish processing plant, and now this is where the fish takes place. So the offloading of fish takes place. What they've done is they've refurbished the platform here for the wharf, and they have parked the power ship here on the Demerara River. So as you can see, it says Karadenitz Power Ship and Ila Sultan. It looks like it's about 6 stories tall. The top deck seems to be like sixth floor, and it's sitting on the bank of the Demerara River. You see down the river, that is up the river. That's down the river, down towards the mouth of the Demerara River. All along the east bank, there are all the ships parked, and this power ship is here next to. This is a barge that's holding it in place. A couple of barges. And then across the river, a lot of other ship activity. That's another ship way across the river on the west bank of the Demerara River. And if you look very closely in the distance, you can see the Demerara River Bridge, the new Demerara River Bridge. Way out in the distance, that in the center of the screen is the Demerara River Bridge. It's about, say, 2 miles away at this point. No more than 2 miles away. But this is it, guys. This is what's happening at Fisherman's Wharf here at Meadowbank, where it seems there's still a brisk business in fish, but now they've added to the activities here electricity production. And the production of electricity on this ship now accounts for a significant portion of the electricity supply for Georgetown. There is the back side of the bank's DIH parking garage, so you can get the orientation to where we are in that direction. Those are the towers in the bank's DIH bottling plant compound at Thirst Park. And because we're looking east, it's not easy to see, but there are these power lines connecting the ship to the shore. But that's what's happening here in this neck of the woods. Brisk business in fish is still going on. I'm gonna come back in to purchase fish because I think the price has gotten better since the last time I was here. I think last time I was here, fish like trout and snapper were more like $700 a pound, but now I think it's about $600 a pound, and that says that it's not as inflated as I expected. I expected it to be about $900 a pound for snapper and trout, which are the most expensive fish nowadays. But that's what's happening here, guys. That's what's happening at the Fisherman's Wharf at Meadowbank. Just thought I'd come out here and check out what has happened, because the government has been talking about rebuilding this wharf, renovating it. It seems as if they have done some work to renovate, and we've seen that so far. If you want to see what it looked like before, right before today, I actually did previous videos here at Meadowbank where I showed the wharf before, of course. Morning. Before, it's like a year ago, maybe the last time I was here. Morning. And since then, they've actually built some accommodations for the sailor fish. They put all these roofs on the. They put the roof over these concrete selling stations, and now you can come out here on a rainy day and not have to worry that you're going to get wet. What's the price of trout? 5,000. So these are 5?
Yeah, the big one.
Okay, that's a good price. I didn't come to buy today though. When I come back next time. Yeah, I'll come back. So that's shark. These guys are smaller fish. Yeah, next time.
Yeah, boss.
That's what's happening here, guys. It's brisk business at Meadowbank at the Fisherman's Wharf, and there certainly is improvement in the facilities, right, for selling fish out here. And I am definitely going to be back to buy some fish probably tomorrow, and some prawns. What's the price of the prawns? What's the price of the prawns, the large one?
The large one is 325 and 2,000.
25 a pound?
25 here.
And 3,000. Okay, nice. So it's about $15 a pound for the largest, $15 US a pound for the largest of the prawns, and about $12.50 a pound for the medium-sized prawns, and about $10 a pound for the smallest size prawns. So that's the prices here. You're going to tell me in the comments below what. Yeah. Yeah, man.